After 3 solo days and some beautiful sights in part 1, I met up with my brother in Helen. We enjoyed German cuisine, saw some bears, and hit the trail, ready for whatever the Georgia Traverse threw at us. This is day 1 of a portion of this trip with my brother. We spent last night in Helen, Georgia, the little Bavarian town. It was awesome to eat at Hofbrau House and get some schnitzel and beer and such. Got to see some bears this morning. It's crazy I had to go into town to see bears. But as we were leaving, apparently in the neighborhood we stayed in, it's known they kind of keep figuring out ways to get into the trash. And now, yeah, we're following the BDR-X. Basically is my plan, the backcountry discovery route, Chattahoochee BDR-X. It's an adventure bike route. It's basically a 3-day loop if you follow it as advertised. Fairly straightforward for any high clearance 4-wheel vehicle with 4-wheel drive and probably all-wheel drive as well. Road we're going to take is closed, so we're going to go down this one, which is I think technically this is part of like part 3 or day 3 of the Chattahoochee BDR-X. No worries. That's the awesome part about, now that I made it down here and met my brother, it's like, whatever we do, detours, road closures, no big deal. So another road closure. So we're going to go on up here to Clarksville, I think it is, which is someplace where there's apparently food and gas, and stop there, see about getting some food and kind of figure out our plans for the rest of the day. We're stopping here at this general store. It's labeled as Clarksville on, I don't know if this is BDR or Georgia Traverse, but there's a little restaurant, there's a general store. We're gonna stop, we're gonna figure stuff out, what the rest of our day looks like.
Say again?
I said, homie, this is Dude. Do you copy?
Loud and clear.
We're cruising around here. We're on this forest road where there were a couple of potential campsites marked. I think it was on the BDR GPX. The road that they're off of, it doesn't exist anymore. There was supposed to be like a tiny spur off of this Forest Service road that didn't even have a name. It just went back to a couple dispersed sites. I could see no evidence of it even. So we're gonna keep cruising up this same road and see if there are any sites along it. We're gonna see if we can find something else on this road, and if not, then we're gonna scoot over this other Forest Service road that the trail report, or not even the report, the original trail description in Onyx says that there are a few dispersed sites on that road. So it's like 4:45. I would definitely like to have camp established, before 6 or something. Let's see what we find up here. All right, we found a site. It's like down this road here. There was a little access path. There's like a recliner sitting down there, but there's a fire ring, and it's pretty big once you get down in here. So we found this one campsite, which, given that we weren't finding anything, we're like, oh, this is pretty good, even though it's got a fucking recliner over there, which maybe when it was new it would have been an asset, but God only knows what's living in that. And while we had just repositioned vehicles, I'd leveled the truck, And I realized across the stream there's another site. Brother Matt and I just hiked over there. It's a better site. This was the right call. This is a far nicer site over here. It's bigger. I'm gonna turn around and check this out. I mean, we got tons of space over here. There's no sketchy recliner, and this little babbling brook is like right here. So I mean, that, you know, that'll be nice to fall asleep to here and that. So we got camp set up here, and got my brother Matt here with me over there, and yeah, we had a good day one. We got an epic camp. And how you feel about expectations of today versus how things played out?
Yeah, it was pretty smooth. You know, the trails were nothing scary. The weather was good. I think we had a good route plan and changed it up when circumstances changed, but didn't run too hard and set up camp with plenty of daylight left. So yeah, hopefully we don't get too wet tomorrow, but we're good for tonight.
Nice. How did your very capable rig there do? Tell us what you've got over there.
Yep, I've got a 23 Gladiator Rubicon. Was never a Jeep guy, but test drove it and loved it. So really enjoyed starting to put her through the paces today. Again, it wasn't anything too crazy or challenging, but just stretching the legs a little bit. It's pretty flat where we live down in Houston towards Galveston, so definitely nothing like this. But yeah, good to get out and enjoy the forest and meet some of the local folks, and yeah, and you lent me some good gear to fill in the gaps for my camping equipment. So yeah, we're as comfortable as we can be, I think.
I had, like, you know, some nice places to stay on my way down here, but this is probably the best site I've had, you know, so far on this trip. This is just, you know, I gave a pan when we like pulled in, but I mean, this is huge. You could fit a number of rigs right in here, and we got the stream back behind us like I talked about. Yeah, this is all right. So we're chilling, enjoying ourselves. We'll break camp before it rains hopefully tomorrow is the plan, and probably head into town, into Dillard, and get, you know, some breakfast and some gas, and then continue on our way. This has been cool. This is the first time I've done sort of like true overlanding where like I had like an area where I was like, yeah, like let's get to there and look for campsites. But you know, we're in national forest for all these stops, so it's like find an established campsite, hopefully, or, you know, abide by the forest rules and like make one. But yeah, so we're gonna enjoy ourselves for the evening. You know, and we'll have Matt, you can report in tomorrow on how the first night in the Gazelle went and sleeping out here dispersed in the forest, and yeah, we'll see how things go tomorrow. So we had a good night last night. Restful. Nobody even came by that campsite like on the road that it was off of after we saw a few BDR riders go by. So, you know, we got camp broken this morning before a little bit of rain moved in. It's probably gonna be like on and off like all day. And we stopped in Dillard to have some breakfast. This great little place, the Cupboard Cafe. Man, I had a biscuit sandwich there that was like something else. And now we're setting out on the third leg of Chattahoochee BDR-X, and there's one part we ended up doing yesterday when we had to do that one detour, so we were going to skip that. This part of it pretty closely follows the Georgia Traverse. There have been some places here where it's been kind of rutted, washed out. Thus far it's been, you know, relatively easy going. Pretty narrow. If you encounter an oncoming vehicle, there's some spots where, you know, somebody's gonna have to back up. But yeah, fun little road. We're in Chattahoochee National Forest again here, cruising along the Tallulah River. Pretty scenic. Well, I'm looking at the sign here. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me just, it's no driving or parking in river. Maybe they changed it. Maybe you can't go this way anymore. Pretty cool, right?
Yep. Gotta get back in. There we go.
Going back 4 high or 2?
I'm going too high, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was cool. Your truck looked great coming across, man.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, we'll keep rolling. Good times, baby, good times. Now on one of them that's marked here is difficult terrain here, so just this might be a little washed out. Hopefully it's no worse than what we've seen.
You going 4 high or 4 high?
I'm in high right now. If I see something that looks like it might be, you know, that might be a note for the 2-wheelers. Yeah, there's a bit of a climb here with a depression in front. I think I may go 4 left. Hold on, I'm just going to take a look at it. I want to look at this line outside the truck. 1 second.
Okay.
Come over, yeah, you good. Keep coming that way.
Yeah, I'll tell you honestly, this little trail from the water crossing to we're on our way out of the forest to get some lunch, this has been a lot of fun. It's just like a lot of ups and downs, some muddy climbs. This is a fun little trail. I like this a lot. This is probably my favorite trail of the trip so far. The water crossing was, that Tallulah River water crossing is just so cool. Worth the climb?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive.
Yep.
So we're gonna roll and get like some sandwiches before we continue on our way. We had a nice lunch at this little sandwich place just north of where we were, back across the state line into North Carolina. And looked at stuff, decided we were gonna scout some campsites down here. It's like near Dix Creek. Down near Cleveland, Georgia. Again, on X in the trail description and a couple of trail reports noted a number of like nice dispersed sites down here. Let's keep going.
Yep.
I think I would still take C so far.
Yes.
This is G and it's occupied. It's a nice site though.
Yep.
Damn, look at these waterfalls.
Very nice.
Alright, here's hotel.
You want to walk back, take a look?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I could do it, but if you're offering.
Yeah, let's take this one.
Don't even want to look at Indigo, Juliet, and Kilo? How good is it?
It's flat. It's wide open. Plenty of room for the rigs. Tell you what, you pull in here, put eyes on, then you circle right back out, and I can wait here.
Yeah, that sounds good. Scouted all the available sites, Alpha through Kilo, and about half of them were open, even on like a Thursday afternoon. In any case, we like hotel the best of what's available. So here we are. This is pretty nice. Got space for a few rigs. One flat area where I am for like, you know, having your truck level, maybe a second here if you you know, if you needed to, and you know, maybe that means like a third. So you could probably get about 3 rigs level, 1 tent pad, you know, 1 fire ring. But this is Dix Creek Road. This is the only way in from down that direction, in and out from down that direction, because up there it dead ends up near the top of the mountain. There was like another site up there that was pretty decent, but we liked the pull-through aspect of this. But like, this is real nice. We can just walk right down here, and here's, you know, here's Dix Creek. And there was like, so we had a good day today. We got camp established. Sitting here again with my brother Matt, and we had some stuff today that was like, it was your first real time like doing some off-roady kind of stuff. A couple water crossings, some kind of muddy hill climbs. What were your impressions?
Yeah, it was really good. Got to test the capabilities of the rig out, and kind of like we were talking about, I thought it was the perfect balance, because we were out, out in the mud and doing the water crossings and some little bit of washed out stuff. So we got to strategize that and kind of see the capabilities. But then, the latter half of the day was more, got some food and met some really nice local people, talked about some stuff. I think it was just the right kind of balance. We even met a nice local older gent who kind of reinforced, our water crossing, that that it was, because it wasn't clear if it was still open or not. It didn't look too scary, but having a guy who's lived here for many years to kind of reinforce what our plan was, made it all good, and and everything worked to plan. We got into camp, before it started spitting on us, so now it's a little bit annoying, but it's not bad, and we'll be dry when eventually, if we get tired of getting spat on, then we've got a good dry camp set up and fire going, so can't complain.
So I guess the big question is, like, would you do it again?
Oh yeah. I mean, again, to have a capable machine, you want to be able to stretch it out and kind of see what it can do. And of course, we were talking about having the two-person concept for recovery and everything, and safety is always best. But it's been really good. And like we talked about, I wouldn't want to do it on a motorcycle like we see some of these guys doing out here. But it's great. It's been a good couple days already. Looking forward to tomorrow. So
cool. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be probably the last of it for us, and then we're going to head our separate ways, and I'll go back to Houston, and I'll head back up to Philly. But yeah, today was mostly Georgia Traverse, and we did just kind of abandon our planned route after lunch to try and find a campsite, because where we were supposed to finish near LJ or whatever didn't have a lot of like dispersed camping right nearby. So I went into Onyx and just found a trail that specifically called out in the description that there was good sites, and again, that's good intel to have, because that was right on the money for this. Yeah, another awesome day. Yeah, and the BDR pack did recommend the Bell Mountain lookout. It did. As well, which was a good detour. We were debating about whether to take it or not. I'm glad we did, because there's a pretty spectacular view up there, and I know Dave captured that, but definitely glad. It was, people who live up there, I don't know how they do it in the winter. It was hairy enough in semi-dry roads, but a lot of steep grades and twisty turns, so it was kind of fun, and definitely worth getting up there to have that vista. Yeah, for sure. That was a cool thing to see. Already worth the price of admission. This has been a good ride, and hopefully you seem like you've enjoyed it as well. So yeah, all good. Cool. Well, we're gonna get about our evening here. Hopefully we're not gonna get too wet, and we'll see what we can get into tomorrow. And it's if you have a chance to come down here, like Georgia Traverse, the Chattahoochee National Forest, the Tallulah, like, and the stuff that I've seen, everything, all the national forests I've been at so far have been, spectacular on this trip, which is as expected. Thanks for coming along. Drop a comment if you've tackled the Georgia Traverse or the Chattahoochee BDR-X, and stay tuned for the final part of the adventure.